Hi, my name is Kai and I am an artist, and this video today is going to be the process of this makeup look. If you're interested, I would love for you to stick around and let's get to it. The first thing I do whenever I'm doing my makeup is to make sure that my skin is super moisturized. I think it's super important and it helps out later on with the laying down of the makeup. Right here, I'm just going in on my eyebrows with a powder to set my eyebrows from the oil and just to make sure that the concealer is going to stick. Then we're just going to brush them up a bit. This right here is a concealer from e.l.f. I'll try to list everything down below, but this is what I found works best for my eyebrows. I do bleach and cut them regularly. I try to at least, but yeah, I use this very light concealer. And then I'm just going on the other side and trying to match it as best as I possibly can. It does take a while to try to match everything up, though, I will say. So they're supposed to be sisters, not twins. So this is me going in and setting my eyebrows, the concealer, with the same powder that I used originally to set the area. And I found that this definitely does help it to stick and to last longer, especially if you are oily and sweaty in the face, especially like me. This right here is just me going in with a brown eyeshadow and carving out the brow. I saw somebody do this on TikTok and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like whenever I do a light brow, it just helps it to stick out, stand out against the skin, and it's just really pretty. It's just very pretty. I'm going in with the same color and just going over the very top to also shape the top of the brow. I do go in quite a few times. That's why lately I have been doing a no eyebrow look. It's way faster in the morning when I'm trying to rush out of the house. But then I go in and I try to blend it in with the skin as best as I can. Though I will go in later with concealers to blend it a bit more. Here I'm going in with the spoolie part of the brush and fluffing out the front of the brow so that it's not as sharp and the contrast isn't as bad. There we go, the brows are done, and now I'm going to start on the skin. This is me going in with I think it's a Born This Way concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers at the moment. I love the coverage and like the dry down. I think it lasts really well all day. I do like to go with a sponge first and try to blend that out as far as I can. I will say I have tried to change up the way that I do my base. Right now I'm liking how this one turns out in the last for this one. I feel like it lasts a pretty long time, but I am open to trying out different techniques. Now I'm going in with a deeper, I found this was a foundation stick. I thought it was a concealer stick. I wasn't paying attention. But I'm going in with that and blending that out around the sides, trying to melt that in with the lighter concealer that is closer to the middle of my face. I know that this part is going to be a bit controversial, but I love a very bright under eye. So I'm going in with the same concealer that I use to put on my brows. And I just think it's really fun. I think it brightens up the face. And I don't know, as someone who drags or brings down my eyeshadow lower onto my face, I feel like that it helps it stand out more. Yeah. Now I'm going in with a loose setting powder and a sponge and just dabbing it on the area. But I will say this is after I waited for 2 minutes. There was a TikToker, a makeup artist who I saw that said to let your concealer dry down for at least 2 minutes and then going with your powder. I like the process of using a loose setting powder first and then going in with a baked setting powder, a more solid one. I don't know, I've seen different techniques and I feel like this one works out for me the best. And I will say I do use quite a bit of powder, but again, my skin is oily, so I do moisturize it. But at the end of the day, if I do not set my makeup, like set it, it will be down on my chin by the end of the day. Yeah. This here is me carving out my jawline with the same loose setting powder. I love how it looks. I think it's very pretty. And a lot of my makeup tips I do get from drag artists. And I don't know, I obviously present very feminine, but I do like to add in different features that carve out or make stronger my features. Anyway, this is me going in with the baked setting powder. This is a lighter color and I will be trying to remember to list everything down below. Now I am just adding color and more warmth back into my face and trying to deepen that cut that is right underneath my cheekbone, just to add more dimension and depth to my face. This is me bringing in another powder and trying to diffuse the brightness that is right underneath the inner corner of my eye and blend it a little more into just an easier gradient into the rest of my face. Make it look a little more natural. All right, you see that right there? Yeah, I added way too much on that part of my jaw. And now I'm just trying to diffuse as best as I can without losing that contrast between under my cheek and my actual jaw. I do like how pretty it is. Like I like that it's standing out, but I'm very guilty of leaving that in my photos. Yeah, so now we're just going to blend out whatever I can that is on my face. Next, I am going in on some setting spray. This is to melt all the layers I did into one, just to merge it all together so it will be a bit more seamless, and it does give it a bit of an airbrush effect once it all dries down. I was originally going to take this part out, but this is me thinking about what I was actually going to do because I had no idea. I didn't have a color scheme or anything in mind. So I went on Pinterest and I did find a photo that I really enjoyed. So I just did the color scheme off of that. So this is me going in with that same concealer from before and putting it on my eyes. It is going to act as the base for my eyeshadow. I am trying to buff this out with a thicker brush. And now I'm going in with a red color. What I will say about using this white base is that my reds don't tend to be true reds. They come out, true reds. They tend to come out a bit pink. It's very pretty still, but it's not necessarily what I was going for. But I do blend this out as best as I can. I like to go in small sweeping motions up to get the best diffusion of the color throughout the lid. As I did say before, I do like to bring down my eyeshadows lower, closer to the cheekbone. I feel that we do have so much space on our faces, so we should use it to the best of our abilities. I will also say that I'm very obviously inspired by Gyaru makeup and Doyen, I think that's how you pronounce it, makeup. And as I said before, drag makeup. So it is a huge amalgamation of these different makeup styles that inspire me. Yeah. Y'all are gonna get sick of this concealer, but when I tell you I use this for everything, I use this for everything. Right here, this is me cutting that crease for the halo eye that I decided to do, and just spreading it out to the best of my abilities with this flat brush. I love this concealer. I feel like I go through so many of them just because I use it all over my face. Now I'm taking that same thick brush from before and trying to diffuse the white into the red. And then I pick up that same red color from before, and now I'm trying to diffuse that into the white. More of like a gradient and trying to get it as smooth as possible. This is me going in with a very, very light pale pink. I wanted to diffuse the red even more into the white, and I felt like this would be the best way to go about it. It's also to map out where I want the lightest part of my eye to be. Now I'm switching it over to a white. Now you can't tell too much. The difference doesn't show up that well on camera, but in person it was much more noticeable. And that is going to be the center, the highest point, the lightest point of my eyelid. And again, this is just to differentiate it even more from the pink and even more from the red. Now I'm just going to go in and blend that out as best as possible. Now I'm taking that same light pink and placing it underneath my eye. This is like in the fattier section of the eye. They call this the aegyo, if you will. I think I pronounced that right. If I did not, sorry. But I do like to add this part to my makeup. I think it makes it super, super cute. And again, it makes the eye look just a lot bigger and a lot fresher. Then I go into the center part of that eye with the same white from before to make it even more pronounced. Now I'm going in with that same red from way before and carving out that under eye bag to differentiate it from the rest of the face. It makes it way more prominent, and it helps connect the outer corner of the red to the inner corner, sorry. This is me going in with a darker red to deepen the effect and make it look even more pronounced. And I think this is around the time when I noticed that I was going to have to incorporate even deeper reds, like almost purplish colors. Now I'm going in and cutting out the top of that crease, only at the top though, and bring it around more towards the outer edge. It helps differentiate and pronounce the cut crease even more. It makes it look way cleaner as well. All right, y'all, it's time for that white concealer again, and this is just to make the Gyaru eye droop. It is one of my absolute favorite parts of doing my makeup. I feel that my makeup isn't done unless I do this part. I don't know, it makes the look so much cuter, and it makes it way more interesting, I feel. So I bring it down a little bit beneath the fattier part of my eye, underneath you'll see it easier on this side, a little underneath where the cut crease is. I did underneath for the aegyo, and I do it as like a droop, so pointing towards the lower corner of my eye, just to bring that down a bit more and to make the eye look way bigger. Right here, I'm going in with a white eyeshadow and setting that white concealer. It sets it way more and makes it so that it doesn't run as easily. It also makes it stand out a lot more in person. And yeah, it looks so pretty. Now I'm going with the deepest red, an almost purplish red, and carving out that cut. That makes it look cleaner, it makes it stand out, and it differentiates from the lighter pink of the aegyo and the white of the eye droop. And then I'm going to go in and make the under the aegyo even more prominence with a little bit of the deeper reddish purple that I use for the Gyaru droop. Now I'm taking in that darker purple and carving out that top again. As you can tell, I like deepening things, and I mean, I didn't really know what I was going to do, but you know, sometimes once you get going, you just go places. So now I'm taking in that darker purple and I'm going to blend that out a little bit more so that when I bring down that cut from the top, it blends into that color a lot more. And as you can see, it does add more depth and dimension to this eye look. Now, this is where the blue comes in. I wasn't sure what to do, how to incorporate that blue, so I decided to go in with this blue eyeshadow. I think that it just completely changes the whole vibe of the look. I wanted a nice shimmery inner corner, and I just, yep, they know. This is a bluish greenish shimmer, and I'll be putting the palette for this as well down below. And that just added something else to this look, and I think it made it look even prettier. I felt like with the original blue was a little flat, but this shimmer, gorgeous. Now I'm just going in with some red blush. This is probably just the eyeshadow that I used for the red. And this was around the time when I was looking at it and I started to notice that it's very pretty, but it's a little bit flat, a little dull. There's not too much life to it. So I started adding in a warmer, more orangey toned blush to brighten it up. And then I started adding in a bit of a yellow. I was just kind of vibing, and I felt like that yellow just brightened up the look even more. See, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks super cute now. I added some to my nose. If you were on Tumblr, you know that all the artists drew their characters with this nose, and that's what I did. Yep, there I go, diffusing it out with some of the yellow, which I didn't expect it to turn out this well, but I super duper love it. And I added some to my top lip as well. Now, this is not the white concealer right here. This is actually a glitter glue, and I'm adding that to the top of, or the center of my eyelid, which will be the top and the brightest part of this halo eye. And I do try to diffuse it towards the sides a little bit. And now I'm going in with a beautiful silver chunky glitter. This is one of my absolute favorite glitter brands. If I have a glitter and it's a loose glitter, it is probably from Glam Goth Beauty. Shout out to Marley, you did that with this color. Now I'm going in with a shimmery pink, and I'm using that shimmery pink to blend out that very bright silver inner part with the red deeper outer corner. And I think it looks very pretty. It looks kind of like a flower. Right now I'm going in with a brown face paint on a very thin brush, and it's to draw on my freckles. I do one side at a time and then pat them out to diffuse them, and then I go into the middle as well, just to try to keep the pattern but also not to overdo it in certain areas. This is me going in and setting and diffusing the freckles with a powder. And now I'm taking that deeper, darker, reddish purple color and drawing almost an eye line. It just helps out whenever I'm putting on my eyelashes. Let's say if I put them a little too high, you can't see. It makes it harder to see the lighter parts of the shadow. Now around here, I was just having a little fun deepening that cut crease at the top. And then I was like, well, what if we did a shape, almost like a wing? And that's what I just kind of started doing. I just went for it. And I do like how that turned out. I think it made it more interesting to look at and a little more fun. I'm going in with a red shade and just deepening that little bit of a nose contour blush or whatever, and then diffusing that even more so it's not as stark. And now I'm just blending everything together with a brown, alternating between that and the yellow. Now I'm going in with this beautiful color, and then I'm going to diffuse it on the top lip just to make it blur out a little bit. I got that from the Doyen Girlies. And now I'm adding a highlight, and that should be about it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I would love to do more videos like this in the future, just me sitting down and going for it, I guess. I don't know. But this was fun, and it was nice to show y'all my process, in the sense that sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I'll open up Pinterest and I'll see like a color scheme that I really like. I'll see an eyeshadow placement that I really like, or even like sometimes frogs, just animals, just different things in nature I'll see and I really like. But today I genuinely had no idea. But yeah, I like it though. I do like it. I do. I do feel like it's missing something. I'm not sure, but I am sleepy. So I'm gonna go take a nap. Yeah, I pretty much just put on this makeup to take a nap, to saunter to the kitchen and grab me some tea and maybe some leftovers. I don't know. All right, that's about it. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and if you're interested, subscribe. I do have all of my socials, I think, linked on this account. If not, I'll put it down in the bio, the description box. But if there's a look that you would like me to see, for me to recreate, just let me know, or even just a color scheme you would like me to do. I think that would be fun. I do have a collection of my daily makeup looks on my Instagram if you did want to follow. I do post almost every day the looks that I do, because I do try to do a different look almost every day. I think that is about it. But yeah, bye.